kind of rapid fire them. And oh, we're live streaming this too.
Oh no, was it like regular settings or whatever?
I guess we're live streaming again. What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? All right. Well, we'll give a little bit more of an official intro here, and then I gotta get going because we're gonna be late for small group. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. Hey, Vikings fans, welcome back to the Skol Hop. The Vikings won.
Yeah, they did.
They won.
4-0, baby.
They beat the Packers. It was tough to watch in the second half, though. And perhaps it's because I kind of stopped watching intently and started like grading papers for school and stuff like that. I don't know. It could be my fault. But they were outscored 29-3 after that muffed punt near the end of the second quarter, which is just mind-boggling to me. They did enough in the first half, obviously, and they got that field goal in the second half to seal the deal. It was enough. They beat the Packers. But that kind of leads into my first question for you here. After a huge first half and a pretty rough second half, how do the Vikings avoid these slumps and play a full 60 minutes of football?
It's just learning how to work together. We've said it a few times, mostly in the idea that it seems like the offense is using most of the play clock every play. I think we saw that come to fruition a lot today. Did they get multiple delay game penalties?
There's at least one for sure.
Yeah, we were texting at one point. It seemed like there was a lot of confusion for the offense after a while. I don't know who said it. I think maybe Bill Belichick in the media said something this past week like, yeah, this is a good team, but they're going to get in trouble if they can't figure out how to play from behind. And while they never lost the lead today, they definitely looked like a team that for a while in the second half that was playing desperation ball. And I was thinking, like, okay, if this team were to be down by a touchdown or two right now, how would that play out? And I don't think it would have been good. The good news is it was a win. They looked good enough in the first half. And then I said it last week. I don't think it's breaking news. The Packers coaches are good. The Packers have a good team. So they're gonna make some plays sometime. It's just you can't let, even if it's a really good team, you can't let a team outscore you 29-3 ever. I don't care what the situation is. That's not good.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like on both sides of the ball, things kind of softened up in the second half. They were just, kind of just out there to be out there, not necessarily playing with any sort of conviction to go score points or take the ball away or stop the Packers from moving the ball at all. So I did want to ask you two questions, one for offense and one for defense. So we'll start with offense. Sam Darnold in the first half, he was spreading the love. He hit 8 different receivers for completions. The Vikings were just moving the ball very efficiently. Very few issues early on anyways. Is this a result of Sam Darnold just playing really, really well? Or is KOC putting him in a great position by calling a great game? Who gets more credit in your eyes, KOC or Sam Darnold?
I'd have to go with KOC gets a lot of credit because coaching matters. Coaching absolutely matters. KOC knows what he's doing there. The credit Sam Darnold gets, one, he is good. 2, he trusts his coaching, and he knows. We've seen more throws the last few games where maybe the guy wasn't open already, but he knew enough to trust the receiver, whether it's Justin Jefferson or whoever else, trust them to win their matchup there. Guys don't have to be wide open for Sam Darnold anymore. But I think coaching takes more precedence here because he knows the play call he needs to make, that this is KOC, and trusts Sam Darnold to make those plays when he needs to. So KOC is my MVP right now.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you, and I would take the same stance on that question that KOC has put the entire offense in a great position to be successful. Sam Darnold is obviously one of the most immediate beneficiaries of that. But I think he's really honed in on his game plan. And we see it even in smaller things like winning challenges. Did he win 3 challenges today?
I think 2.
2 or 3. Okay,
Yeah.
so he won 2 challenges. I remember, being frustrated in past seasons that he was challenging stuff that shouldn't have been challenged,
Yep.
and you're like pulling your hair out as a fan. Like, why would you do that? And he really seems to have that figured out. Timeouts weren't necessarily an issue today, but I thought he managed those well, and in the past he hasn't. So I think even in those just gamesmanship type things, he's really developed nicely as a head coach, and yeah, he's the right guy for the job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's switch sides of the ball. Let's talk defensively for a minute. The Vikings turned the Packers over 4 times. They pitched a near shutout in the first half. What happened in the second half? I mean, did Brian Flores just revert to like a Ed Donatel shell defense just to not put anything out there on tape? Or, I mean, what's happening, and why? What do you suspect was going on in the play calling and that sort of thing in the second half specifically?
I think the whole team, it's a mixture of a few different things. I think there was a little bit of take your foot off the gas pedal, both in mentality and play for the offense and the defense. I think Brian Flores and KOC on offense, they started to call a more vanilla type play call, just to not put more on tape than you have to when you're up by 4 touchdowns. You just, things are working, so you don't need to desperation throw out your best stuff. I think it came to bite them a little bit, and I think hopefully it's kind of a wake-up call, because eventually the Packers, who, like I said, are a good team, they're quarterbacked by a decent quarterback even when he's hurt, and their coach is really good. They're going to take advantage when they have the ability. So I think the Vikings waited, or they should have waited a little bit longer to start playing that vanilla ball, or not played it at all. I don't know. But I really think it was started off by the mentality of like, all right, let's coast a little bit, not throw too much out, not get anybody hurt. And then obviously the Packers figured stuff out on offense and defense. And then they got helped out too with like the muff punt and, other things here and there, the strip sack of Sam Darnold. Packers are a good team, and I think the Vikings kind of underestimated them in the second half. I think that's all there is to say about it.
All right, last question. We've been giving out game balls for every game, and we can get more into this on our regular episode coming up later this week. But who would you give a game ball to right off the bat?
I'm going to take the easy answer right now. I feel like just for splash plays, Byron Murphy changed the game. I don't know how he did his whole game. He definitely let a few deep balls happen. But when the Vikings needed it most, he got an interception. He got a deflected pass. He punched out the ball from the Packers tight end. Those were critical plays, and honestly saved the game. So when they needed it most, Byron Murphy Jr., he earned his game ball this week.
Yeah, you stole mine. I was going to give my game ball to him, but I guess I'll pick on somebody else. I'll give my game ball to Coach. I'll give it to Kevin O'Connell.
All right.
Again, I think if the Vikings don't score 28 unanswered points to start the game, they're not in position to win this game. The Vikings scored first, which we've seen statistically is proven to put the Vikings in position to win. They won the turnover battle, meaning on offense they still turned the ball over a few times, but it could have been a lot worse. And at points it was pretty bad. But on the defensive side of the ball, they were able to reconcile that. So I think Kevin O'Connell gets my game ball. Somebody said it. I don't know if you said it or something I saw on Twitter, but this guy needs a lifetime contract. He's earned every penny that they've paid him so far, and I hope he's the coach for a very, very long time.
Yep. Hey, even if it's ugly, a win against the Packers is still a win against the Packers. The last time they won against the Packers was the game Kirk Cousins went down. So this one is still better than that one. And it just proves, again, this team can overcome adversity. And luckily, football games are only 60 minutes long, because if it was another 10 minutes, I don't think the Vikings would have held on.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we'll have a whole lot more to dissect and get into on our next episode. I'm excited to try some new beer that you had sent to us. So
Titanka Brewing Company sent us a nice care package of beer. So looking forward to that. We got a couple episodes coming up this week, so I'm excited.
Should be fun. All right, man. Well, we'll see you on the episode.
Yep. Skol.